Clarity Clinical Solutions.
Every drug that reaches patients in a clinical trial begins with a single application, the Investigational New Drug application, or IND. It is the regulatory gateway that allows a sponsor to legally ship and test an unapproved drug in human subjects. Without an IND, human testing cannot begin in the United States. The IND represents the sponsor's commitment to patient safety and scientific rigor, laying out everything known about the drug from preclinical studies and detailing exactly how it will be studied in humans for the first time. An investigational new drug application is a regulatory submission requesting authorization from the FDA to administer an investigational drug to humans. The legal basis is Section 505(I) of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. An IND must contain comprehensive information from three main areas: preclinical pharmacology and toxicology data, manufacturing information, and clinical protocols and investigator information. The FDA has 30 calendar days to review the IND and place it on hold or allow it to proceed. If no hold is issued, the sponsor may begin dosing patients. There are two main types of INDs. A commercial IND is submitted by a company or organization that plans to ultimately market the drug. These are typically large, comprehensive submissions backed by significant resources. An investigator-sponsored IND is submitted by an individual investigator, often at an academic institution, who wishes to study an already approved drug for a new use or to study an unapproved drug in a research setting. Both types must meet the same regulatory standards for safety and study design, though the submission format may differ. A complete IND consists of multiple sections. The cover sheet identifies the sponsor and drug. A table of contents organized by FDA format is required. The introductory statement and general investigation plan summarize the drug's development history and overall strategy. The investigator's brochure provides all relevant preclinical and clinical information about the drug. Clinical protocols detail the proposed studies. Chemistry, manufacturing, and controls information describes how the drug is made. Pharmacology and toxicology data support the safety of initial human exposure. Before any human exposure, sponsors must demonstrate that the drug is reasonably safe to test. Preclinical requirements include pharmacology studies to characterize the drug's mechanism of action and activity. Pharmacokinetic studies show how the drug is absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted in animals. Toxicology studies identify potential target organ toxicities and establish a safe starting dose for humans. The duration of toxicology studies must exceed the proposed human dosing duration. These data are the foundation of the IND and the primary focus of FDA review. The CMC section of the IND describes how the drug substance and drug product are manufactured, characterized, and controlled. It includes the drug's chemical structure, physicochemical properties, and the manufacturing process. Specifications for identity, strength, purity, and potency are provided. Stability data must support the duration of clinical use. For biologics, additional information about the cell line, fermentation, and purification process is required. The CMC section assures the FDA that the drug product used in clinical trials is consistent, stable, and adequately characterized. The clinical protocol is the heart of the IND. It specifies the study objectives, design, patient population, dosing regimen, and endpoints. Inclusion and exclusion criteria define who can participate. Safety monitoring plans and stopping rules protect subjects. The protocol describes the statistical analysis plan and data handling procedures. For first-in-human studies, the starting dose, dose escalation scheme, and maximum dose are carefully justified based on preclinical data. The protocol must be reviewed and approved by an institutional review board before the study begins. The investigator's brochure is a comprehensive document summarizing all available information about the investigational drug. It includes a description of the drug's chemistry and formulation, a summary of preclinical pharmacology and toxicology findings, any prior human experience, and guidance on safe handling and dosing. The brochure is provided to each clinical investigator and is updated as new data becomes available. It serves as the primary reference for investigators conducting the study and ensures that all sites have consistent, up-to-date information about the drug's safety profile. Upon receiving an IND, the FDA assigns it to a review team including medical officers, pharmacologists, chemists, and microbiologists. Each reviewer evaluates their respective section. The medical officer focuses on the clinical protocol and safety monitoring. The pharmacologist reviews the preclinical data and starting dose justification. The chemist evaluates the CMC section. The review culminates in a decision: allow the IND to proceed, or place it on clinical hold. If no hold is issued within 30 calendar days, the sponsor may legally begin the study. Once the IND is active and clinical trials are underway, sponsors have ongoing safety reporting obligations. Serious and unexpected suspected adverse reactions must be reported to the FDA within 15 days, or within 7 days if the event is fatal or life-threatening. Annual reports summarizing the study's progress and safety findings are required. Protocol amendments must be submitted for any significant changes in study design or conduct. This continuous safety monitoring ensures that the FDA can take action if unacceptable risks emerge during the trial. As drug development progresses, the IND evolves through several types of amendments submitted to the FDA. Protocol amendments are submitted when the sponsor changes the study design, adds new studies, or modifies the dosing regimen. Information amendments provide new data such as updated toxicology findings, manufacturing changes, or new preclinical results. Chemistry and manufacturing amendments report changes in the drug substance or product production process. Safety reports are submitted as a separate category for adverse events. Each amendment is reviewed by the FDA and may trigger a clinical hold if new safety concerns are identified. A clinical hold is an order issued by the FDA to delay or suspend a clinical trial. A hold can be imposed before the study starts or at any point during the trial. Common reasons include inadequate preclinical data to support human safety, an unreasonable risk to subjects, insufficient investigator qualifications, or misleading or incomplete IND information. The FDA must specify the deficiencies and provide the sponsor an opportunity to respond. Once the issues are resolved, the sponsor submits a complete response, and the hold is lifted. Clinical holds are serious but can often be resolved. An IND is not a one-time event, it is a living application that spans the entire clinical development period. It begins with the initial submission before first-in-human studies and continues through Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3 trials. The IND is the framework under which all clinical studies of the investigational drug are conducted. It remains active until the sponsor either submits a marketing application, an NDA or BLA, or formally withdraws the IND. The IND lifecycle can span several years and involves hundreds of amendments and reports. The Investigational New Drug application is the regulatory foundation for all clinical development in the United States and a critical step toward bringing new medicines to patients. It requires comprehensive preclinical data, robust manufacturing information, and well-designed clinical protocols that prioritize patient safety. The FDA's 30-day review period ensures thorough safety evaluation before human exposure begins. Once active, the IND is maintained through amendments and safety reports throughout the entire development lifecycle. Understanding the IND process is essential for anyone involved in drug development. It is where science, regulation, and patient safety converge.